Steady go.
Hey!
Hey!
I was going to say good evening there. It's not even good morning, folks. A good evening for these two ladies over there. I'm still can't do that. Anyway, thanks for coming in to tonight. Today. We have the two knuckles back from down under. We've got Jenny, Hectic Paranormal.
Hello.
Good evening, ladies.
Good evening.
How are you?
Good morning. Whatever it is.
Good afternoon.
I'm all right, Bruce. I just want to say two things before we get underway. No, we don't have a topic or anything as per normal, so we'll probably talk crap for X amount of minutes, you know. Two things. I want to say a belated happy 43rd birthday to Jem.
Cheeky bugger.
You're all right. Hey, mate.
Morning, Sarah.
She turned 43 on Friday, but she's carrying on. She's trying to pass herself half a stereo, so I don't know, something like that. But anyway,
how good do I look for 43, though?
You're wearing well for your years, lassie.
Thanks.
But happy birthday anyway. I hope
Thank you.
And the second thing is a big thank you to Mr. Frankish for yesterday, Proud to be Paranormal Day.
Yeah.
It really brought the paranormal community together because everybody had their t-shirts on, taking photos and what have you. And so a big hats to Barry for putting that together. So what I understand, it's going to be a yearly thing now.
Yeah, I reckon. I think that's the intention. I'm not 100% sure, obviously, but I presume it will be same time every year, hopefully.
Every Gemma's birthday.
Every
day after.
Day after.
Then the day after, it's Proud to be Paranormal Day.
Well, we won't forget it then.
No. Gemma will let you forget it.
No,
birthday, I mean, but it's a good idea, you know. It's just a shame that the reason behind it. I mean, you get bullying all different fields of life, you know, school, work, whatever. You know, it's just creeped into the paranormal now. And it's unfortunately it's all these onion munchers basically that are just jealous, you know. What's up, Jen? You look like you were going.
Nothing, isn't that? No, nothing.
Because I see the onion muncher. Is that what it is?
I had no idea where you were going with that, but I'm on board now.
But you know what I mean? You know, I mean, all this crap out there, folks saying we're the best team, and that's bollocks. There's such the best team. You know?
No.
Don't get me wrong. If somebody planted Henry VIII in front of me and I had a conversation with him, then you know, give him a drink. Right. All these people that say, you know, we're the number one team in the UK, bollocks. No, you're not. You're the same as everybody else. You know. Has-beens.
I think look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you do in the field or in any field, like not just the paranormal. There's always going to be somebody that's jealous, somebody that wishes that they had the idea first. It always seems to be a race to be the best, and it's just we're all doing the same thing. So let's all just get together. Mum here, I'm guessing that's my mum.
That'll be yours. Yeah. Now, humans will always be humaning.
Good morning, Mrs.
Exactly.
Joining us. So Jem will need to watch her language now that Mum's watching.
My language is perfect, right? You don't know what you're on about.
Well, you need to watch language anyway, because we're a respectable channel, sort of.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I think we are quite respectable now. When we don't get me wrong, when we first started out, I don't know how we survived.
Yay!
It's got. I don't know. Well, I was talking. Who was I talking to last week? So I talked to a lot of people, as you know. And well, we talked about the first. I think it was Shadow Paranormal about the first lives we done and how they were a mess and what have you. And every now and again, I'll look through our first lives, you know, just for a laugh.
Yeah.
You think, why are we still here?
We were the same though, weren't we, Jim?
Oh yeah, 100%.
We were hilarious. Well, we're still hilarious, don't you know? We're still obviously really hilarious. But we were so like, oh God, what do we say? What do we do? All that. And now we're just like, oh yeah, we're fine. Like it's so completely different.
Yeah.
See, because you've never done it before.
Yeah.
Craig's up and away. Hi, Craig.
Hey, Greg.
Hiya.
Craig's one of ours. Because you've never done it before, you don't know how many folk are watching or who's watching you.
Yeah.
So you kind of don't.
We just had a laugh, I think. Like,
yeah,
it was just a bit of a. Don't get us wrong. Like, a few into it, we did some really cool lives with some really cool people.
Yeah.
That just flowed really well, and I think it all depends on your guest as well, who you have on, and like Kate and I, when we're on together, we sort of just bounce off each other. But yeah, if you've got some really epic guests on, then it just makes it, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Your guests and the host as well. Don't forget the host. You know,
it's all about you, Scott. It's all about you.
Yeah.
Come on, Jem, a wee bit of encouragement here. You know, and I'll try again, right?
Just like if you weren't hosting, it's just not worth watching.
No, boring.
Say it again.
I can't. It was hard the first time.
I totally agree. It depends on your guests as well. I mean, we've had some crackers back in the early days, you know, and with some, you'd ask them, you know, the question, you know, have you ever done, you know, when did you get into paranormal, or, you know, have you ever had an experience, an investigation? Yes.
Can you elaborate? Yes.
Or they say no. And you're like that, well, you had to kind of tell me about what happened, you know, and this that. You're amazing, Scott. I see your wonderful picture every time I go to jail. That's your mum, innit? That's your mum.
That's my mum, yeah. For some reason it's coming up Facebook user. You might have to allow your Facebook mum to see your profile and your name and stuff.
I like the first bit of that comment. Thank you very much. But the second bit, I know the picture she's referring to. You know, it's, one of my most flattering moments. But no, I totally.
What was that? Did you just say you wanted to see it, Scott?
No, one of my most flattering.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, you said you wanted to see it, didn't you?
Yeah, he did. He probably did.
Yeah. All right. Hold on a sec.
Yeah. No.
I just need to put the lights on to make sure that it. You ready? There he is. Look.
Oh. Or up top with my bonnet and blanket.
We sit and have dinner with you every night, Scott.
Well, you're welcome. You never feed me, do you? I'm sat at the end of the table with nothing, not even a fork.
I should leave you some offerings, shouldn't I?
Some offerings at the altar. Know what I mean? You picked me off. I actually don't know. I can't mind why that photo was taken. I was in Laura's, I know that, and it was Laura that took it.
Yeah, Laura sent me it.
Aye. Laura and I will be chatting at some point later on anyway. I don't know why I was wrapped up in a blanket. It must have been summer.
Oh, it must have been, yeah.
Well, it's summer the now, and it's pouring with rain, and there's a hurricane. Well, near enough a hurricane blowing outside.
Yeah.
My goldfish thing blew away when I took it for a walk. Get to Aussie, come have tea with you. So, listen, I'm going to have to though, seriously, because I'm at the top of Jem's table every night, and she just sits there and eats and just doesn't give me so much as a crust. You know what I mean?
I'll just start pegging food at you.
Aye, just throw me a cabbage every now and again.
Yeah.
Talking about. See, I told you folks we don't have a topic.
just end up talking absolute.
Clearly.
I would be used to. I never have a topic because what's the point?
Who needs one of them?
Do you know what though? Like going back to that, I was chatting to a guy from BB3 TV called the owner of BB3 TV, Dom, the other week about this, and like all the paranormal podcasts they're very much the same. And although I love what was that? You were wrapped up because you were moaning your bones, girl. That's because he's old.
Just for that means a lot. Well, that answers the question anyway. Anyway, Gemma, continue. Please continue.
Yeah, so we were chatting about it, and like all the paranormal podcasts are the same. There's not. Hi, Nigel.
Hi, Nigel.
There's not really many places you can go with questioning when you're talking about the paranormal. It seems to be the same stuff over and over and over again, and that's where when I was talking before about it depends on your guests. If your guests are I don't want to say knowledgeable, but if they've had a fair bit of experience and they've got some really good opinions and all that kind of stuff, then it makes it really interesting. But when you're asking the same questions over and over and over again, it can get a bit sort of monotonous. Yeah, exactly. So hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura.
That's the culprit of the photograph. But no, it does. When we started it, we made up because we've never done it before. So we made up a list of questions, and and we started asking the questions, but it was too formal.
Yeah.
And as I said earlier on about the yes and no answers, there was one time with a guest on, and about 15 minutes in, they'd answered all the questions with just simple yes or no. So you're sitting there like 9:15 at night, and you think, right, well, we've got to talk about it. I've had this yes, no, yes, don't know, You're kind of stuck, so we kind of bend that because it's just, we're no formal or nothing. That's no us, We don't, same as yourself, we don't do formal. But you get podcasts, no disrespect to them, and it's the same thing over and over. It's what they do. It's their show, do what they want. But some of them are just like, cardboard boxes. Just, I'm going to do tarot cards, and this one means you're going to die, and this one means you're going to win loads of money, and there's going to be a new love interest. You think, you just want to go to your own funeral, don't you? You say, I'm going to plan my funeral because I'm not watching this. And
then that's it. I think it just depends on the person that's doing it. Sometimes, like, you just click with the person that's reading or whatever. And other times, you can be sat there going, what are you talking about, mate? Like, it's just really hit and miss. And I think it is with all the podcasts that happen. Like I've just seen a lot of them, I sit and watch a lot. And when you're where's your favorite place to investigate? Would you prefer to investigate night or day? Like it sort of gets a bit, we've got to spice. Yeah, same. We've got to spice it up. And I don't know whether that could, whether a group of us just sit down one night and just have a bit of a chat and like, what can we do to like get it going again? Like reinvent it slightly. But I don't know. Who knows?
I think that's your mum asking the question. What's the most scariest paranormal things? When my ex-wife said, I do. I thought, seriously, you do? I've not. See, it's going to sound like you but I don't get scared.
No.
Even darkest tunnel or basement and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think maybe something weird. There's a few weird things happen to me. Like and stuff, with my red wellies on. A couple of things. They're great for shopping, but red wellies you can stick sweets and that doing them. And nobody's ever going to ask to search your wellies. No, that was just totally off track there, wasn't it? That just threw you.
Totally.
I don't know, the weirdest sign. I'm trying to think.
Don't try too hard.
The most recent.
Don't hurt yourself.
What convinced me ghosts was real, right? Long story sideways. Years and years ago, I went to a spiritualist church in Glasgow, and I used to go to quite a few, but this particular one I'd never been before, and it was a Thursday night. I'll never forget it, and it started at 7:00, and I was sitting in the house, just sitting there, and something kept telling me, go to his Lanside Halls in Glasgow. Go to this. So I went, and I went in, sat down, didn't know anybody, and this medium came over, was a lady, maybe in her mid-50s or something, and she came straight to me. But it was one of them, I don't know if you've ever been to spiritualist church, you want picked, but you don't want picked.
Yeah.
So she's, I remember it word for word. She says, I want to come to the guy in the middle with the black jacket on. And of course, you're like, that's it. And the guy with the glasses that's looking around, and you're looking for this guy. And you. So it was me. She says, you've got a daughter in the spirit world called Donna, and she's been sitting on your knee since you came in. A wee girl. She was just under 6 months, and her name was Donna. But nobody, it was something that I never ever spoke about. She says she's been on your knee since she came in, and then she says, "I've got a girl here. Her name's Alison, and she passed over. She passed over in America, something to do with breathing in a car crash. And one of my ex-girlfriends called Alison. Her mum and dad had split up, and her dad went to live in America. So she decided to go to America. She got a job in a pharmacy. She was driving home one night, and she took an asthma attack, and her inhaler was in the footwell. She reached it, and she crashed, and she was killed. So this woman says, Alison wants you to know she's watching over you. And then she said, I've got a little old lady here, grey hair, very, very short, your gran. And she says she's going like this. She was doing this, but was doing it at her waist. She says, you'll know her by this. And when my gran used to wear, see the old-fashioned aprons used to get? You tie them. My gran wore one of them, because she was so wee, the tire wrapped through her about 2 or 3 times.
Aww.
And she wore it from morning to night, and she was always untying it and tying it, and it used to drive me and my brother nuts. You see, Gran, well, it's fine, it's not going to fall off, just leave it. Oh no, it's not tight enough. So this woman, she says, she's going like that, doing here, says you'll know her by that. And she told me about my dad as well, but it was one of the nights I came out and I sat in the motor for about 20-30 minutes without even starting moving, and just thought,
overwhelmed.
Aye, there's no way. And then I went to another spiritualist church a couple of weeks later, a different medium, and the medium says, Alison wants you to know she's still over you. And that was all I got that night. But that convinced me. I was telling people about it, but they say, oh, it's crap. I said, well, you explain that to me. So it was a kind of long, dragged out story, but that's the thing that convinced me that something after we pop off. That's why I don't do a lot of podcasts. I find it boring. It's the same questions over and over.
It like Sarah's right. It does become repetitive. But then again, it depends on your guest. It depends on the host and all that kind of stuff. So, There's a lot of Facebook users today.
There is, aye. Go to the bottom of the post, you'll see, I think it's purple or blue writing. It says grant StreamYard permission to use. If you click on there, then any comments you make, your name will pop up.
Yeah.
And any more comments. And that's my tech knowledge done. You know.
That's it. That's as far as you go.
As far as I go. But no, I mean, we've been really fortunate so far. That we've had a lot of amazing guests. And I always like to do a video call with them when I can, about a week before the show.
Yep.
You know, just to say hello. Because it kind of breaks ice, so that when the day come on, you already know them.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I don't know if that's how you work.
Yeah, I think we just generally have a bit of a chat with them beforehand, and we would, most of the people that we've had on, we've spoken to prior, but we've also followed the stuff that they've done. So we kind of know, we've got a bit of knowledge about where they're from, what they do, all that kind of stuff beforehand, which is easier when you've got a bit of knowledge about what they do. You can ask them different questions. It's not the same stuff. But Kate and I haven't done the live situation with guests for a long time.
I know you back into it. There's 2 of your lives that stick in my mind, and they will go to the grave with me. Well, that's if I get buried. If I don't get buried, I'll not have a grave. There might be a barbecue, so I might get scattered somewhere. Whatever. I just lost my pen. I don't know I find my replacement. There we go. There's another one. I've got about 20 here. I never write nothing. I never write anything down. I don't have any paper.
No one knows. They dropped you then.
There's 2 of your lives that will stick with me for eternity. One is when you had to abandon it because you couldn't stop laughing. Remember that one?
There's many things that have almost happened like that. So
I can't remember what that was about. I can't remember why we lost it though.
Because you were, or what was it? It was something to do with a short horror.
No. So what that was? That was that we wasn't live then. We were actually recording. We were doing opinionations, as we call it, as Kate calls it.
I call it opinionations.
Of short horror movies on YouTube, and
we both suck at watching horror movies.
Oh, just terrible.
Yeah.
But we'd done a couple previously, so we'd gotten through a couple, and then this one was like, I don't even know how it came out, but I was like, it still makes me laugh. We might have to cut this live in a second. But I was like, hey guys, we're about to watch another hot horror movie, and I was like, what? Like, what? What just happened? And that was it. We were done for about 6 minutes, I reckon.
Yeah. We've done that a bit, but we've done that a bit. And we once we're that far gone with laughing, we're not coming back. We're done.
You get to a stage where it just keeps popping into your head, or somebody will say something, and it just it just keeps popping into your head, and you're trying to laugh or whatever. The other one is, I hate to say it, but I don't start telling me about it, the glitch in the Matrix.
Oh, that was the best. That was awesome.
I did like that live. That was cool.
That was one of our, that's one of our favourites.
It was informative. After about 2 minutes, I was lost. I was just totally...
And you did keep telling us that you were, though. But thank you for that. I appreciated it. We were glad you could tell us that.
Well, I think it's always good to tell people they're talking crap.
Well, 100%.
You do often.
I know. I seem to get away with it. I don't know how, but no, that was just one of these. You're thinking, I know it's a Sunday, but WTF?
I do, however, want to point out though that you were the only one in the crowd that didn't get it.
Was that?
Yeah, no, you were definitely the only one.
Mhm.
So I was the only loaf of bread in the chat.
Yeah.
Yes, good. That means a lot to me that I was the only one, that nobody else.
Look, as I said, there's always one.
Well, that day I was sitting watching it, and drinking a Mars bar at the same time, and I'm thinking, what are they talking about? Obviously, you're thinking Keanu Reeves and stuff like that. Did he have any? And it just got way beyond comprehension. Got a question for you, ladies. So what about aliens?
What about aliens? Believe or non-believers?
Look,
you go, Kate.
I honestly think if we're here, surely someone else has got to be here too. And I reckon they've been around for years. But, humans will human and governments will government. And it's just us little people that just go about our business will probably never know the truth in our lifetimes. Hopefully they'll know it in future lifetimes. But, I think I believe in them, but that's just my little opinionation.
Yeah, I'm with Kate on that. I don't. The galaxy, the universe is far too big for there not to be something else out there. Whether it be aliens, whether it be another planet like us.
Exactly.
Who knows? And I reckon actually that aliens control glitches in the Matrix.
They've got a little bus and it's got all these little controllers and stuff, and there's another one. Yep, we'll fix that up.
That's actually what you were talking about, wasn't it? Somebody else controlling everybody, and I was like, you know what? No, I'm done. I'm out. I'll just.
There's like a big control room somewhere on Earth, or even on a different planet. They're just controlling every move.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in aliens. I believe there is life. Are there little green men with antennas? Nobody knows. But there is life on other planets. But what gets me, and no disrespect to anybody, but you mind a few months ago when the US were shooting down stuff. The certain channels were aliens are shooting down aliens. We're all going to die. The invasion has started. It turned out it was balloons or spy balloons or something.
Yeah,
they were actually shooting down. I think if we're going to get invaded, we'll know about it when it happens.
Oh yeah.
But I believe there is life on other planets, probably more intelligent than me, but that's no hard. But however, are they going? Have they been? Maybe they're visited already. Maybe
probably already been here. There probably might be some walking amongst us. We're not going to know.
So it's who knows? Who knows? Can't you do a dual-eyed ghost? We could, but these two are kind of in Australia and I'm in Scotland.
Massive time difference.
Massive. They'd need to get up early. No,
and we begged and pleaded for us to do this time of night instead of getting up too early because we are not morning people.
I know. What are you going to see, Jen?
We could. We've done something similar before, actually. Yeah. But they were here in Australia, so we did a live. Kate and I were in Herms, and the other team were actually out and about. And we did a spirit box session through the live, and it was actually really interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This was 18 months ago that we did this.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So look, never said ever. There's something that we could do.
Yeah.
But one of us would have to be. One of us would have to be on location somewhere.
Yeah.
Because we were interested in that. We were interested in could we still investigate from where we are. So we were here in Victoria, and the other team were up in Queensland. which is like, what, 18 hours away or something like that. Ridiculous. Still in the same bloody country. But we were really interested to see if we could ask questions, whether that team would pick up any answers via EVP or through the spirit box session, or I think we did the Estes method. That's what it was we used.
Yeah.
So I was on the Estes, and then one of the team members from the other team, they were on the Estes as well. They were doing the Estes method. And we were trying to figure out if we would be able to both get the same answer.
Yeah.
It was pretty interesting, actually. We got some pretty good results from that.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
He's going to try to get. I don't know how it would work with us in news, but because you're 9 hours ahead, aren't you? So we need.
Well, that's the thing. It's interesting to see what type of result you could get from it. But yeah, as I say, one of us would have to be out on location. You don't particularly. Well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we could come up with something. Need to bash our heads together and
we'll have to work something out and actually give it a shot.
Yeah,
because that'd be really interesting to see. Because I know, one of our friends from America has, like, we've FaceTimed and stuff, and been able to communicate that way. And he's all the way in America, so I can't see why that wouldn't work for the UK.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. You were involved. Well, we could. I don't think you'll mind if we say.
Oh no,
well, it's on YouTube and everything. So,
plug away.
Jason Meadows from Indiana in America. He has got Independent Paranormal Productions, and he does like little short, sort of mini-sods type things, really, aren't they?
Yeah. And they're so well put together. I really enjoy watching them.
Yeah, they're really, really cool. But he wanted to see if Kate was able to connect with spirit in America whilst he was on location. And Kate features in a couple of his episodes, basically giving him information of what she picked up, and every single piece of information that Kate gave Jason has been verified by their history. So, and just keep in mind, Kate has got no idea where Jason goes. He doesn't give her any information.
Which is so nice, because I don't want any. Like, it's really fun, because I have no clue where he is. He just goes, right, I'm going to ring you in 10 minutes or whatever. And he phones me, and then we connect and see what we get. And it's really interesting. And it's so exciting, because he is so far away, and I don't know where he is, and I don't know who's with him and all that stuff. And it's really interesting to see what is factual, you know?
Yeah.
So,
what they can pick up from the archives and stuff like that. But Kate also made somebody cry, so that was nice.
Yeah. Didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
You've gave me an idea now.
Look out.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, no.
Cogs are turning.
We go shopping during the day and use come on panel.
Yep.
Aye. See, we tried it with Loudon Cup. And every time we go to Loudon Cup, the signal is perfect. We've never, every time we go, I'll put these comments up first. Gets you 6 people to come in your location with you, Jason, go to a place in Scotland, you two go somewhere else in Aussie. Oh God.
No, I don't know how that would work with Jason being in America.
Yeah.
It might be a bit hard, obviously, with time differences there, because it's really early in the morning in America at the moment. So
it's really early here. It's only 25.
Easy.
But as I say, Loudon Cup, every time we go, we get a perfect signal. So we had Kat and William Armstrong over about a year and a half ago. They were over, and they took me Loudon Cup. It was a fantastic night. Kat picked up and all different kind of things. Remember, we never told her anything about it. So we tried it. They were there from, I want to say, Iowa. It's right next to Oregon. You got Oregon, and then see that Idaho, Iowa, one or two. So we tried. We sort of live hookup for Loudon Kirk, and we just could not get it to work.
Yeah, right.
And we tried 2 or 3, maybe 4 different times, and it just would not work. And we just can't explain it. We're not saying it's bad. Just put that out there. But every other time, the signal will not any bother. But for this particular reason, maybe somebody was wanting us to chat.
Well, maybe.
Scott, but no one has. It was Scott, but no one.
Get Jason to get up.
I tell you, set your alarm. But no, you've given me an idea, which I'll talk to you after the live. You know, I think that's why Sarah said, "Oh God."
Now he's got ideas to
She knows.
But you don't
You're gonna. You'll make Sarah organise it all.
Yeah.
Good, I could. But you don't get that your head's constantly, popping in and out with ideas. I'm not talking.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Nothing like
the chats we have about stuff we want to do, and half the time don't get around to doing it because there's too many things.
Life just gets in the way, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. I reckon the majority of the time that Kate and I talk, we video call almost every day, if not every day. Some of the conversations we've had, we should be live, because some of the, it's like the Matrix thing. Oh my God!
Yeah,
just put myself in the eye with my pen. Yeah, like the Matrix thing. We have conversations like that all the time, and we totally get it. And we're just like, I wonder if other people understand us. We know you weren't, Scott.
Well, you're saying that I was the only one in the room that never got it. You know, which again I'm quite proud of. That I was only the table. But maybe the amount of time we used to spend talking, maybe you should use that and go and be productive.
I think, I'll tell you what, if we lived next door to each other, we'd be out every day.
Yeah.
But we sort of live, it's like 45 minutes from mine to Kate's. And it's a bit of a trek, obviously. And then just life stuff happens, and we work during the week, and you know, it is hard to get together. We are trying, we are doing it, because we've got experiments and all sorts that we've got that we've had for the last year. And Kate and I haven't been able to do them. It's been really irritating, so we're gonna have to. But we do have something planned though. We're going to see Moulin Rouge.
Yeah.
On the 16th of December this year.
At what theatre though?
At the Regent Theatre. So we might do some spooky stuff while we're there.
Anybody watch the show?
Yeah. Yeah, of course we are.
Jim.
So excited. Mum and Dad got me tickets to go see Moulin Rouge for my birthday. So
exciting.
Exciting.
She's like a monkey with a balloon. She's all happy. Look at her. You know. But I totally get what you mean. You get all these ideas, you make plans, and you just don't get time to do them.
Yeah,
exactly.
We've had plans in the past, and then something's come up, and we've had to cancel, and then we've got to rearrange, and it's just been a pain in the ass. And it's winter here at the moment as well, and sod going out in the cold.
Too cold, too rainy. It's virtually torrential. No,
today it is. Yeah.
You think you were in Scotland? No, we're the same. Like, that's why we're stopping our shows end of August. We've got a couple of pre-planned ones that we couldn't get in September, but that's how we're kind of stopping our shows. Jennifer's going to be doing podcasts with America, but because we've had things in the back burner for that long. We want to get them done, and then we're partnered up with the train station. We've not a chance to get back up there. The August trail, we've been trying to get that done for I don't know how long, but then I had my wee ticket problem in February, and then the weather, and then it's trying to arrange a date. one of the guy's wives, she was in hospital, so it was covering what have you, and then they were on holiday, and we're 3 or 4 dates prior, but you get up in the morning and it's howling with rain.
Yeah.
And you think, seriously, we just want to get it started. It's going to take a few months to put together, but see if we get it started, then that's it. So I get what totally you're getting. A couple of comments from Facebook user. I don't know if I might put this one up because you might start talking about it again. Very good.
The Matrix is so cool.
You should.
No, look, we won't go into it because Scott's head might fall off.
Yeah.
I couldn't find them. Do another show, Matrix recapped or revisited or something.
And we should investigate more glitches as well, and try and find some more stories of glitches.
There are so many stories about glitching.
Yeah.
Remember
we'll do it.
Talking about the girl. I might have this wrong. At least I'm warning you, that she'd served a guy or something in a restaurant.
Yeah.
And then it happened again.
Yeah.
So what happened was she was like front of house and she was seating guests, right? So this woman and this man walked in, she sat them down, gave them drinks, gave them water, gave them their menus and that type of thing. All good. She leaves them to then, wait for them to, till they want them to place. Oh my God. Till.
Anyway.
It's a glitch in the Matrix. So she leaves them so they can make their mind up about what they want. And then she sees the same two people, like 5 minutes later, she sees the same two people come through the door to be seated again. So had she already seated these people? We don't know. So she couldn't get her head around it. She's like, what? I literally just seated you two. So had she had like a glitch in the Matrix, so to speak, or was it her seeing into the future? Was she acting out?
Or were they ghosties?
But which one of them were ghosties? Were it the first ones or the second ones?
Second ones, who knows?
No one knows.
Please don't start.
Stop it. Glitches in the Matrix are essentially things that have happened or that are on a continuous loop that keep happening. Like these people that they've gone on holiday, they've got a pair of sunglasses, they've come home and then they've got 2 pairs of sunglasses, exactly the same pairs, but they've got no idea where the second pair came from.
Like this lady, right, that went shopping at an op shop, right, got these specific type of sandals from the op shop, right?
Yep.
Got home and then put the sandals in her shoe rack and the sandals were already there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she had 2 pairs of the same sandal and she's like, I've never bought these sandals in my life, ever. And I got them from the oppie, so the chances of me having the same exact pair is just minuscule.
Slim to none.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you with us, Scott? Are you okay?
Are you following?
Have you got it?
The other, you see, folks, the girls were on for about an hour and a half of this. When you about, say, 90 minutes at the most of this. Yeah. You maybe understand why I was just ended up peeling Mars bars. Do you know what I mean?
It's absolutely fascinating, stuff like that, because is it genuinely just a trick of the mind, and your mind is working overtime? It's on overdrive, and you can't process your thoughts clearly, Or is it we're literally in a video game? We are literally part of
In a simulation.
A simulation that's being controlled by somebody or something on another planet.
And if we are in a simulation, who are the people or the humans that are just avatars just wandering around in the background as background in the simulation? So it's like a 500 people crowd at a concert just there because one person's in that simulation at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell that when I buy shoes, it's a glitch.
Yep.
So
do it. It's a glitch.
I'm going to regret this, but what about deja vu? Is there not something along the same lines?
Well, it seems very similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what we mean about the simulation, right? So you have deja vu and you go, oh my God, I've been here before. I've done this particular activity before in this very same spot at this very same time. And everything feels the same. You know, like when you meet somebody and you're like, I swear I met you a couple of years back, or I swear we've met before, right? But you haven't actually ever met. Well, maybe you did. Maybe you actually did meet them in the simulation, but your brain has been wiped.
Or if we are in some type of computer game, maybe you had to start that level again because you failed.
You failed the level and you got to redo it.
When I need to start the level, I need to start that again because I can't do the other. I should have put that comment up. There's no phrase to it. I mean, it's just the one that really, I was going to say bugged me. That did bug me. The one that really threw me was something about a house and a person had decorated, but then the house was the way it was.
Yep.
I was thinking, we know that I do that very often, but you know, if I'd wallpapered a room and then I went and sat down in that room and the bare walls, I would.
How would you feel, Scott? How would you feel?
I don't know.
That was the simulator. That was the simulator resetting because Scott didn't do his level right.
You three make people think I'm in a video game, maybe game.
You never know. You might. I don't think it's like a. I did say video game before, but it is. It's like what Kate said. It's a simulation. You're in like this weird space that is just Scott's face.
Right, no, I've done it again.
You've broken me. No, I don't know. It's one of these questions you can't answer unless it actually did happen. You know, if you wallpaper, all the wallpaper is going for that. You do that again, but
did the person just have a dream about doing it, and that dream felt so real?
I've had them before. You know, I've had many years ago. I used to stay in a flat, and top floor flat, and I had a wee Nissan Micra, and I had this dream that I'd parked the car in the hall. And I actually got up in the morning and looked in the hall because I was convinced I'd parked the car. And there were 3 floors up. I was totally convinced that. And then another one, it was my ex-wife, my first wife, sounding like Henry VIII, don't I? I woke up and I was convinced I'd bought her flower roses. And they actually had an argument with it. Because, and I'm not talking about fisticuffs. I just, where's the flowers I bought you? She said, I bought you roses. I bought you roses. Where are they? I'm not buying you flowers again. I buy you roses and you buy them. So you didn't buy me any roses. This is the cleaned up version of the argument. It wasn't quite.
I can imagine. Yeah.
And she says, you didn't buy me any beat. I says, I bought you roses and they were sitting there. And then she says, when did you buy them? dreaming it, but it was so real.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'd apologise to her, I know. You know, didn't happen very often. Thank God we get divorced. But, you know, I just say sorry to her. But I was totally convinced I'd bought these flowers. You know.
Yeah.
What about when you drive somewhere and you seem to get there quick?
Yeah, like when you're driving from A to B and you're like, oh my God, how the hell did I get here?
Did I go through any red lights? Did I stop at stop signs? What did I do? I don't remember driving here.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's a glitch in the matrix, that is.
Yeah.
No, that's just forgetfulness. I think you put that down to it used to happen to me when I drove home from work because it was just automatic.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
I don't know if Kate's James frozen or she's just really good at sitting still.
She's really good at sitting still.
I think she's froze. I think
She'll be back.
But you drive home from work and I don't remember driving home. But I spoke to a couple of people and they says, well, what it is because you do it every day. You leave work in the car, drive home. And
What do they call it? It's muscle memory. So you know how to drive a car and you know where you've got to go. So you just automatically do it.
I mean, it's what they all joke, you know, like I've done this road so many times the car could drive itself.
Yeah.
You know.
Or I know it like the back of my hand.
Maybe she's trying to scare you all. I don't know what's happening. No, she's away.
She'll be back in a minute.
She better be back because I know what her rap is. She doesn't come back. But your glips, that's how I don't know who that is. Can you type your name in the comments? Because we don't have a clue who you are. But no, I mean, that's how I like to keep our lives plain and simple.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying that we're thick like Brett. There we go.
I agree. But that's the thing, like there's some things that, you know, there's so much to investigate out there, not just, you know, ghost activity, not just alien activity, there's so much to investigate out there.
There she go.
That was a glitch in the matrix.
Oh, no.
Yeah. No, you're right, Kate, there are. We'll get back to you in a minute, Jim. Kate and I were just talking.
Sure, go for it. Carry on. Hold on, I'll just answer some messages while you two are chatting.
I just type away, whatever, you know. But there is, I mean, I've been on a few podcasts and some of the subjects you go into, you think, I don't have a clue what they're talking about. You know, and you get some people on the panel that they're waffling on, and you can tell they don't know the answer, but they're just coming out with all this spiel. You know,
is it called word vomit?
I think that's me most of the time.
But I mean, I prefer if somebody asks me my opinion on something, I'll say, well, I don't know anything about it, so I'm not going to give you an opinion.
But the thing is, you'll go away and you'll research it and form your own opinion. That's the thing. Like being open to looking into stuff is amazing. Like the stuff that we've come across is crazy.
Yeah.
Just
no,
because
just like, nah.
we're nosy.
No.
We're proper nosy.
You see, I'm not, you know, Laura does her research, Jennifer does research as well. I'm not good at research. I don't have the patience for it.
Yeah.
You know, all that reading, and if it's something I'm really interested in, like, you know, like the Tudor or Pendle, stuff like that, then fine. Just other stuff like no. I don't have the patience to sit and read. As somebody, you ever get a big long mail? Somebody sends you a big long, you know, you say, you mail somebody, how you doing? You know, how you doing? And they send you back this encyclopedia. You know.
Is that how we get you to shut up? Just send you a lot of stuff. Oh, Kate, why did we not think of that?
No. We could have had him. We could have had him shushed like months ago. Months ago.
But they send you this big encyclopedia about, you know, what time they got up at, what slippers they were wearing, where, you know, how many choices. And you get a detailed script with a full day, and you think, I want to ask you how you were. How can you know you say, I'm okay? You know, job done. You know, I'm still drawing breath. So research is the biggest thing. Oh, Edinburgh as well. Anything to do with Edinburgh, I'll read. But I just don't have the patience or the attention span.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough as well. Everyone's got their like little things that they like to do, and I think that's why our group works really well, because we've all got our own separate areas that we like to, you know, get involved in. So yeah, I think if you're all to be the same in your group, then it would get a bit dull, wouldn't it?
I mean, Sarah, she's good at research as well. She does the tech stuff and what have you. Thank you. Laura does the research. Jennifer does her own thing. Obviously, she's on the other side of the pond. Craig does the photographs. And folk have asked me what I do. And I think, well, I talk to people.
I can carry large cases full of equipment. That's what you do.
I can work the TV remote and drink coffee at the same time.
Wow. Multitasking. Who knew?
And eat a full packet of Rolos, which have got decidedly smaller, by the way.
Yeah, I've noticed. Well, we don't really get Rolos here, do we? But I mean, they do sell them. Actually, in the reject shop today there was Rolos, but I picked myself up some Galaxy.
Nice.
I like my fry scream.
Yeah, Mum likes that.
You can. When I was a kid, I used to bite the egg to the edges. You know, turn it round to the other side. I know this is a paranormal show, folks, but everybody who's watched those shows before will realise that sometimes we talk paranormal, other times we just talk para-crap.
True.
But
True.
I don't know. I enjoy doing the shows, and you know, we all love the paranormal. Don't get me wrong, we do. But it's good sometimes just to talk crap.
Yeah,
and I reckon that's sometimes where the best ideas come from. Excuse me, I'm just going to eat my Galaxy.
We don't eat on this show. That's totally unprofessional.
It's not my problem.
So how was your milk? How was your milk? Your white chocolate smart. I did say Ro would worry you. Your white chocolate Smarties.
I was not mad about it, I tell you. Never had white chocolate Smarties before, and I picked them up from shop today, thinking that they were just normal Smarties. Got them back, and I was like, "This doesn't taste like Smarties."
Right.
I was not mad about
Smarties
it.
Smarties.
Nice. Yeah,
I'm going to have to try them now, and we're going to have to compare notes.
Yeah.
My gran would have had your backside for a dress or so. Eating sweeties before your dinner.
I had to try them, didn't I?
Well, yeah.
If my grandma was alive, you'd have been across the, one end of the room to the other without touching the floor.
I still ate all my dinner there.
Yeah.
I bet you did. Still ate all my dinner. We were having a discussion, folks. Please put your opinions in the comments. Sarah and I were talking about this yesterday, and I was discussing it with Kate and Jem before we came on. We over here in Scotland, we have breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh, not this again.
Yes.
Wrong.
However, in the land of Jem, and Jem, up there, she has breakfast, dinner, and tea.
Yeah.
Kate, what did you say, Kate? You the same?
Same as me.
So, what do you think the correct order is? Is it breakfast, dinner? Breakfast.
Technically, most Australians will say breakfast, lunch, and tea. All right. I think. But because, like, my family's very confusing, or was, mostly confusing, we, like, sometimes lunch was called dinner as well. So,
It's dinner. It's dinner time.
Yeah.
You see, I find that more confusing than the glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah, but now we need to see someone from America and say, what do you call it?
Supper.
Don't they have supper?
That's Jennifer. In fact, I've talked to David Espinosa later on today, so I'll ask David.
Ask him. We need to know. We need to have some type of chart where we can
around the world. Yeah.
Will be all different colours and wee stars and stickers.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can do that, Kate. You can wee colour chart. Get your pet, your cranes out. We might need some new cranes for it.
I don't know. Hey, that means I'll have to go buy some stuff from Office Works. Okay.
But then you might buy cranes, new Creola cranes, and go home and discover that you've already bought them.
Because my organisational skills of my stationery is shit. That's probably why I've got 15 of everything.
No, because the Matrix glitched. See, I can do it as well. See, I do understand it. Sort of. Sort of, kind of. Totally threw me. But, so, new cranes, a bit of paper, get your wee chart done. And you need to take a photograph of it and post it up on your page.
Done. Yeah. I've got heaps of people like that.
Create a poll. We'll have to create a poll.
Yeah.
It's still breakfast, lunch, dinner, but it's the same way you go in. I mean, down south, down England, they'll call it, if I go down south and say, can I get a roll and sausage? What? Well, most folk do that with me out here anyway. I get a roll and sausage, please, dog. It's a sausage bap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bap. Yeah.
It's a bap. It's not a bap.
My husband still calls them baps.
Yeah. I love a good bap.
He was born here too. Odd.
That's another poll for another time.
That's a whole different show. So what's coming up next for you? What's happening? Where are you going? Apart from to buy new grains.
We've got a couple of places we really want to get out and see.
But we've got to wait for it not to be raining and winter.
Yeah, a lot of it's more like adventurous stuff, not so much buildings and things like that, but we've got a few tunnels and things that we want to go and explore, and a few outdoorsy areas. But the funny thing, well, it's not really funny, it's annoying. Every time we go somewhere, we can't get reception. So it's just like we just video snippets and things like that, shove it together and put it on TikTok or whatever. But we do want to try and get some places where we can go live, and especially because we've got this new experiment that we want to try. We want to be able to film that experiment live. So we'll see.
So, see, we're all right here for signal. I mean, you see, Loudon Cut's perfect. It always has been. Caldwell was weird because Caldwell is a big estate. It's 280 acres. And the signal, there's a house sits more or less in the middle of the mansion, the old mansion. But when you were on the estate, the signal was fine. And when you were into it wasn't the inside the mansion, you were up these wee stairs to get in. So you were on these stairs, but see, as soon as you crossed over into the building, 1 foot, gone.
Yeah.
You could stand and hold the phone in your right hand, but no signal, put it in your left hand, and you'd have a full signal.
Yeah.
So So that
No, it's not, a lot of the places we go are quite hidden and quite country, so it makes it kind of difficult for us to do that stuff live.
Yeah, but we kind of like being out of town and being in little places that nobody really goes and nobody really cares about, because everyone wants to do the big locations, you know.
Yeah.
But we kind of like the little hidden away places that nobody really thinks about anymore, and you know, we want to see if there is activity in those places just as much as in the big, you know, places where they've got you know, all of these investigations that take the general public on and all that sort of stuff. Well, is there the same type of activity in a tiny little country town in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah.
So
we do that. We like to get relocation. We found one called Stair. It's just there's about 2 houses or something in a pub and a graveyard, and we've had a load of results there, but there's totally no signal. Iota signal. But I find that, and this is just my theory, I want your opinion on this, that these big places, no harm to them, you know, they've been done and done and done, but you go to a place that's no done, you know, and you get loads of activity. Now, is that, we found this at Caldwell, because before we started investigating there, we couldn't find anybody that had done it before.
Yeah.
You know, we found some of the history on it, but paranormal-wise, there was only one story. It was about somebody reported seeing a silver fox, a sort of ghostly fox one night, but it's in the middle of the country, you know, so the chances are it was just a normal fox, but they say it was a ghost fox. But they never investigated it paranormal-wise for what we knew, and we get loads of activity, and it's the same at And my theory is quite plain and simple. It's because you go to these places that nobody's done, and whatever spirits are there, nobody's ever spoke to them. Nobody's even visited them. You know, so we turn up and they're like that. Just people come to talk to us. Let's go and talk to them. Whereas these other places, and folk might laugh at it, laughing with whatever. I used to folk laughing at me. You know, these other big venues that are, you know, night after night, maybe the spirits are just fed up.
Yeah, sometimes places are. I think that is a genuine thing, though. Some places are over-investigated, maybe.
Zero is small occasions you get as much evidence because the spirits aren't born out by answering another question of individuals. Exactly, and let's face it, if you were a spirit in a big mansion house and 7 nights a week, you'd some people come, are you there? Are you? You'd be sitting there like, oh, no again.
For God's sake, no, I'm not.
You'd be off. I'm not going to answer you the night. You know, I'm going to doing the bus stop or something. To haunt doing a bus stop or whatever. And I think that's why, I mean, like Greyfriars, we've only had one bit of activity there. If you could even call it that, it was like 2 or 3 seconds long and it was gone, you know. And we'd investigated there before we found out about the band, and we get nothing. But then you get these folks that go in and they say, we picked up in the spirit of George Mackenzie. Bollocks, no, you never. Because he's no there. He's buried there. His spirit's no there. There's no documented evidence anywhere that he actually haunts there, but we got the Mackenzie poltergeist. And we heard them, and somebody seen them. Bollocks. No, he never. Because there's no such thing. Mackenzie poltergeist was made up for a book.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And
it's easy though, isn't it? It's easy to... it's like... TikToks, things like that. You can sit and watch TikTok and be just like sucked in by some of the videos that are on there. But once you actually do your research and look into the videos a little bit more, the video was taken like 30 years ago, not 3 days ago. And it's got a completely different backstory to it. So
it's like when we were talking about the Winchester house.
And
all of the conflicting information about what was actually proven true in, was it Sarah Winchester's? Her life and what she actually did for the people around her, and what she did for her community and all of these different things that were amazing.
Yeah.
And yet he was painted as this psycho woman changing a house to, it was just the conflicting things for, making stories better was just, there was so much.
At the end of the day as well, it's all about this. Money.
As we I know exactly what Kate's talking about, and it really gets, especially when it comes to like the Edinburgh Pendle, stuff like that. It gets my goat. We watched a show a few months back, might have been before Christmas. It was a channel, and they were talking about Edinburgh. They were talking about the vaults, and they were talking about Greyfriars and stuff, and it was all totally wrong.
Yeah.
It was just, it was crap. One thing they say, they showed a picture of taking in the vaults, and the guys are that this is a 400-foot deep pit that they used to put people into. It was the photograph actually taken round the wrong way. The thing in the photograph was actually a tunnel that was vertical, horizontal.
Yeah.
And it lead into the old morgue.
Yeah.
This guy was saying, it's a big pit, stuff like that. It was Jamie Christopher, somebody flagged up to him, so he go in touch with us and says, this show, can we kind of do a show? So we did a show and we ripped it apart. They were showing photographs. They showed one photograph on this show of a skeleton in a grave and says, they unearthed this skeleton. Says, this is Greyfriars. It was the Greyfriars. It was when they were making the old railway. Nowhere near Greyfriars, but it's just all this stuff that they were putting in. And it was
stupidity.
One thing that really annoys me is the Tyndale Farm. There was a famous show on, and they did they brought a medium into Tyndale Farm, and he was the witches are coming over here, blah, blah, blah. There's 2 here already, but the other 5 or 7 are coming here. Because this is where they sacrificed babies and stuff. It was bollocks. Tyndale Farm didn't exist in 1612.
Exactly.
It had nothing to do with the whole Pendle story. It wasn't there. It was a field. And it's just, if you're going to say something on a lie, then be as accurate as you can.
Yeah, but if you're going to a place, and like I love having no knowledge about the place at all because of what I do, right? But if you're not doing sort of any spiritual work or psychic work or mediumship or anything like that, and go find out the timeline of the history about the place, find out what people that are documented to have been there, find out as much as you can about the place, and not just go in there and assume that, number one, like all of those people were witches for a start. Like they would, half of them, well, not half of them, I'm not going to say that massive statement, but some of them were just midwives and stuff like that, and got prosecuted and persecuted because of some stupid bloody law that came in. And the thing is, why perpetuate a false narrative just for views and just for when like those people's memories are being dishonored in a way. Like that's not, it just grinds my gears, it does.
Yeah, it's just utter selfishness. That's what it is.
Yeah,
and they've got no true passion for history or for what they're doing. It's just for monetary gain.
Yeah, exactly.
As for views and that, and the canny, I mean, it's no hard to. I was saying that I can't be really research when it comes to Pendle that eye. It's when they say Alice Nutter was a witch, she was accused of witch. None of them were witches. They were none of them. They were all, they were just different kind of people.
And the confessions they made were under severe duress, torture. Like back in those times, things were completely different from today. And, like the husband had the right to say, oh, that's a bad wife, get rid of it. Or, like the powers that be in each county or, town were catering to the larger powers that be and doing what they were told because they were in fear for their lives. Like, it's a completely different time frame of events and people and things. And to blanket say, oh, yes, they, and for, like, ancestors and people to actually get a pardon and things like that was just awesome. Like, because it's just such a huge false narrative that people are still perpetuating. It's just it's just crazy. And because witchy stuff's my thing, and it's like I get really like passionate about
absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think of the estimate in Scotland, there was roughly about 6,000 people.
And that's only the ones that they've estimated they know about.
And that's Scotland.
That's
But here's a question. We've been trying to do this show for a while, but with the cancer a couple of times, we were calling it what if, basically. It's what if certain events in history hadn't happened.
Yeah.
And one of them about Henry VIII, what would have happened if he had never met Anne Boleyn? Would be still Catholic and Protestant church. But the other one is, what if King James, because let's say the witch trials and that King James' bride to be in a storm.
So it's all one man's decision and thought and fault. Like it's so amazing to me that person in that time frame had so much power and control.
Yeah.
So that leads to two questions then. The first one is, obviously, you said one man, but that man was the king.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Listen to the king. So if he hadn't been the king, if he'd just been a farmer or something, people have listened to him.
Yeah. And then would have he had his own ideals and ideas that he would have wanted people to attain and live by and all of those things, and what would they have been?
And then if the storm hadn't took place, that woman's passage from, I think it was Norway, I'm sure it was Norway. If it's just been calm seas all the way,
Was he just miffed that his bride got... Was he? Was he a bit miffed?
Well, I think I'd be miffed, but if the storm hadn't happened, would the witch trial still have happened?
Probably not.
Maybe not.
Or
you just don't know.
Was he just looking for an excuse to make his mark on the world?
His legacy, because he wrote the book in Demonology, which also
exactly
the Salem witch trials as well. Over there, and they sort of used that. It was seen as the Bible basically because it had been written by the king, and it was just, let's face it, it was just all his thoughts and stuff. There was nobody else's opinions or anything put in this book. But again, because it was the king, he was correct. He was
right.
And the witch trial started, and the more people that get executed, the higher the person climbed in the eyes of the king. Matthew Hopkins, for one, the King James. Exactly.
Yeah.
Matthew Hopkins, he's basically a way to make money for him as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Witch prickers as well. They seem to come out of
nowhere. They were just like suddenly. They're everywhere. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm a witch pricker, employ me. And the more folk they accuse, the more folk they do their stuff with.
Yeah, exactly.
And they were all innocent.
Yeah. But how does it prove, like the torture? Hello, Susan. the torture techniques that obviously you're going to die if you're drowned, right? Oh, yeah. It's all right. That obviously they were innocent because they drowned. Like, what?
That one was a bit of a no-brainer because you were doomed either way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, what? Why?
You know, you were bumped in state.
Hello, Susan. How are you? Are you well?
There was no.
Have you stolen any chickens lately, Susan?
Oh, that I remember the chicken story.
That took you a minute, Scott. Took you a minute.
Took me a wee to click on. I mean, the torture method. I mean, the thing about the Witchcraft Act of 1578. There was 2 acts passed, one English, one Scottish. The English one allowed the use of torture. The Scottish one didn't allow the use of torture. But some of the methods that they used in Scotland could be seen as torture.
Yeah.
You know, the roll in the barrel.
Yeah.
That was quite popular in because of the Royal Mail. You know.
Yeah. Well, it's the perfect.
So could that be counted as torture because on the first roll some people did survive? You know, but then they were taken out back up and
rolled again, just to make sure.
Just to make sure they done the job right. But but you do wonder, would we have had witch trials?
Exactly.
If that storm hadn't occurred.
It's that sliding doors moment, you know? Like, would your life been completely different if you just stayed in the UK and didn't come out to Australia, or would you just stayed in it? Like, you know, I could have stayed in the UK loads of times, right? And just stayed the rest of my life there. But no, I didn't. So it's weird.
She wouldn't have had a pink fluffy.
No, she wouldn't have had.
No, or a Susan.
Or a Susan.
But it is a sliding door moment. It's the same as, you know, again, Henry VIII with Anne Boleyn. What if Anne Boleyn hadn't came to Henry VIII's court as a lady in waiting to Catherine Aragon, Henry would never be up. And then would they have split for the Roman Catholic Church?
Well,
maybe. So then there's all the things we're never gonna know, like the glitch in the Matrix.
Exactly.
See, you had to go and spoil that there, didn't you? You had to throw it. But as we're calling it what we're going to get eventually get round to doing it. Again, it's something that's planned that, you know, we keeps kind of getting put off. But it does, it tweaks your mind, doesn't it? It makes you wonder.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, it sets you thinking, would we all be Catholic? And then you get, I mean, I'm not a football fan by any means, but you know, but they go into Rangers and Celtic, Protestant, Catholic, blah blah blah. A lot of folk don't actually realise the reason why we have that was because an older man fell in love with a younger girl. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's nuts. It's nuts.
That's your history lesson. Hey, Lauren, you're coming in as we're going out. We're kind of early because of these two ladies over there. They're in
because now it's bedtime.
So they get up early before they go sleepy bye-bye. Lauren is Nick Muley's adopted mother, so she says, and she's good friends with Nick. But we'll wind it up there, folks, I think, because I think I've kept you 6 a.m. 6 a.m. there. We're at half 11, and you're at 10:30 or something.
8:30.
8:30.
That's still early.
Certainly early. I'm definitely going to bed though. It's been a big day. I've had a big day of shopping today with my mum.
You went shopping with your mum, then you had a big tea.
And I had a big night last night because My husband's got a massive award at his fire brigade. I'm very excited.
You want to tell people? I seen the post. Tell
I
everybody.
know. I'm so proud of him. So proud of him. So he's the captain of a local CFA, and he got a life membership. So that was just phenomenal. Yeah.
CFA,
I'm very, very proud of my boy.
is the Country Fire Authority.
Yeah. So they're all volunteers, and he puts so much into it, and I just don't know how he does it. And I'm just really lucky that I get to support him in doing what he loves. So yeah, it's amazing. So in, I don't know, 80 years or something, roughly, there's only about 9 of them that have got that award. So that's really something really amazing and special. And to be given it by the people that he holds dear and respects is phenomenal. So, yeah, I'm very proud of him.
Yeah.
Lots of pats on the back for him he's done an amazing job.
You can give him our congratulations.
Oh, well.
I saw your post.
My proud wifey post.
Your proud wife was always standing there. Even if he's had a big argument, have you ever done that? A big argument with your other half, and then you go to an event and you're like, "This, I hate you." And
fun fact, we hardly ever have a crossword, ever.
Yeah.
Because he's never home. He's always at fire brigade.
That's how he got his award.
Right.
We never fall out because I never see him. But we'll wind it up there. A Grand Prix on soon as well. Belgium Grand Prix today. Woo-hoo.
Yay!
I'm watching the World Cup, so
I've never been into football.
I'm watching something that's violent, so I won't.
No.
I won't discuss that.
Well, watching, so I can maybe watch it.
What?
Well, I'll say it in English. What are you watching last on TV?
I'm watching something called Gangs of London.
Gangs of London. London's Gangs of London. Right, lass. I'll look that up on TV later on after. Right.
If you don't like particularly
stabby
stuff,
stuff. Stabby, punchy.
Yeah.
I love films where people lose appendages.
Oh yeah, this is above and beyond this one. It's definitely not. Don't watch it if you're not into that stuff.
I love horror films, but I like the films where people lose parts of their body.
We are shocking at watching horror films because we're questioning what's going on. Why did they run up the stairs? What are they stupid? What the heck? See, we
don't do horror
everything.
films. But I do like the real life stuff. Like this is I'm not sure if this is based on real life. I think it's got snippets of things that have happened in the past. Yeah. But if it's got something to do with like true crime or something like that, all over it.
Yeah, I like the true crime and that, but I'm the same as you, Kate. You know, you get, but they've got to do it because it's Hollywood and that. You know, you get in the big house at night time. She hears a noise up the stairs. She's all alone. She hears somebody walking up the stairs. But
I'm not going upstairs.
And goes, why not go out the front door? I go that way. Oh no, I'm going to go up the stairs and see. As long as they lose a limb, I'm quite happy.
Yeah,
see, I like it. I won't say that.
If an animal gets hurt, I'm out. I'm gone. I can't deal. No, can't deal with it. That it could be, you know, a missing limb. That's fine on a human, right?
Yeah.
But don't hurt the dog. Don't hurt the cat. I'm done. Never ending story. That scarred me for life.
So you know what's Bambi then?
No.
Poor Bambi.
Poor Bambi.
It's getting ridiculous. We're talking
anyway.
Losing bits and pieces of their body. Like the Saw films. I love the Saw films because you you know, there was the things, the traps that they were put in. It wasn't quick.
Do you remember Hellraiser?
Oh,
Yeah.
With Pinhead. Yeah, I see. I watched them, all of them. I
watched the remake a few months ago.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Not the same.
Not the same.
It didn't have that same bite as the original.
Have you watched Wolf Creek?
Aye.
From Australia? What do you reckon of it?
With the guy, that's with the guy in it?
Yeah.
Aye, I've watched Wolf Creek.
That's a good one. That
is that based on a true story?
I think so.
Apparently.
Yeah, I think it's based on a true story. Yeah.
It's the one where he's got the guy tied to the chair, and he's
I'm pretty sure it is.
Questions of Australia.
Yeah.
And
it's just rotten, but it's a really good film. Anyway, we're going now. Bye-bye.
We're going to go. Thank you, Jem, for coming in, and you will see him again soonish, sort of. You will see him again anyway. But we'll leave you now, folks. Thanks for coming in, and we're back on tonight.
Bye.
Phillips, and you see these two lovely ladies again. All right, folks, so enjoy your day or your evening. I'll see you after. Bye.